I suddenly decided to stop going into work. A business big enough that it could be listed on the NASDAQ goes belly up. Disappears. It ceases to exist without me. No, you clearly don't know who you're talking to, so let me clue you in. I am not in danger, Skylar. I am the danger. A guy opens his door and gets shot, and you think that of me? No. I am the one who knocks.
In high school, you got bullied by the snobs. Got by everyday work in a dead-end job. In 10 years, they make 10 times as more. But they never work a day, they don't come home sore. You got in action on Tinder, but they never message back. You can barely get by or you live in a shack. COVID hit and their work got a chance to lay you off. Life handed everyone fish and bass, but you're eating out of trough. Passed out on the road, woke up with cancer. Asked God why, but there was no answer. Now everyone wants to offer their condolences. People only care when you were dying, otherwise they wouldn't notice. The sorrow's the controller, your motivation is juiceless. Flowers and cars, boy, it's all useless. While your body is dying and idea forms. You're going to make society pay, fuck the norms. Went to the bank, you had a couple grand. You knew a guy who knew a guy on the other hand. Blood money, drugs, and hookers, that's what was the plan. What do you have to lose? A grave's where you're going to land. Spent your life savings on an M9 with a suppressor, going your way to kill your oppressors. First target's one on the former who has everything. Swimming pool in a mansion, lives like a king. Study the routine, the bitch and the kids were out of town. Knocked on the door, answered with a fake frown. You lied about religion, some shit about lost and found. Whipped out that pistol as soon as he turned around. Nitrate gloves and a whole lot of OxyClean. Dragged the corpse to the bathroom, looked like he died on a toilet seat. Jewelry, silver, and gold, you took it all. Came out with 20 bands from the plug at the mall. Didn't stop there, you were going to invest. Your time's up, you could almost feel it in your chest. You worked to cook up a couple of kilos. Make so much money, the women take off their clothes. Richer than your oppressors, it's all blood money. Payback to bitch, now ain't that funny. Coke wasn't cutting it, you made it way too rife. Try out this new shit, take a man's life. Had enough to buy a glass of Riken. Making a list of millionaires to be slicing and dicing. You had connections and info, a city full of eyes. After a month, your wrongdoers were dropping like flies. The cheese wasn't the prize, it was all about making sure the privilege dies. Last one was all about fake purity. Knew that was happening, bought a whole lot of security. Couldn't get close, couldn't take a chance. Rocket to the window and fire they would dance. Nibble after nibble, the bites kept getting bigger. After time, less is felt with the pull of the trigger. Your victims are burned in hell, you'll be joining them. Mad racks for lives you would condemn. Cancer took its payment, you're lying on a deathbed. You were satisfied with the results, not a tear to be shed. The capacity for tragedy was never too deep. Cash never mattered, you needed to sleep. Cops finally got a warrant, but you were already passed. Lap dancer on your hips, she sure was a blast. You decide if it was worth it. It was satisfying, you gotta admit.